Hey guys, so here's a look at what I'm making in today's first attempt. For today's first attempt, I'm using black and red polymer clay as well as 2 studs with backings, my tools, and a nice flat surface for me to work on. So I'm basically unwrapping my red and black polymer clay, and then I'm just going to soften it up by working it through my fingers until it's nice and pliable for me. So I got the idea to make these from a fellow YouTuber. Her name is NerdECrafter, and she basically created these really pretty fake gauges that I wanted to try to recreate. Hers were a lot longer than the ones that I'm going to make because I had this idea that they were going to be way too heavy and I didn't want them weighing down on my ears because I'm not really a big stud person, but I thought these were really cool. So I basically wanted to try it out. So now I'm taking these 2 colors and I'm kind of meshing them together, and then I'm twisting them because I want this really cool swirling effect. And then I'm going to roll them out into a snake. And once I get that snake to a nice thickness, I cut it in half. I twirl the one side because I lost some of my twirling, and then I cut that in half. And I go ahead and roll it so that one end is to a point. And I get that how I like it, and then I fatten up the other end enough so that it holds the one end in without people seeing it. So I had a lot of issues getting this end the way I liked it. And then I had this thing saying in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I need to make this shorter because it's way too long. So I make it shorter. I mess with the end. It definitely took me a while to kind of get the one end in the way I liked it. And I had to make sure that the hole on the inside was big enough so that it wasn't going to bake closed and I couldn't get my stud in. So I did play with this for a while before finally thinking that it would be safe enough to leave it alone. So on the other end, I went ahead and put my stud in, and then I kind of put polymer clay around the edges to hold it in place. And as you can see, I kind of played with that a little bit until I got it the way I wanted it as well. And then I just snaked the other end into a point, and then I twisted it again to get that swirling effect. And I think I did a really pretty effect on the one side of that. So unfortunately, my second piece doesn't go over as well as the first one, and it definitely doesn't look the same. So the end that I'm putting my backer into, I don't play around with it as much, so I kind of learned from my first time how to get it the way I liked it without messing with it too much. And once doing that, I kind of just put it back in and then left it alone. And then my front piece, I once again took that stud and wrapped the clay around it a little bit so that it definitely wouldn't go anywhere. And then I turn that into a nice snake, and I just keep twisting, and I make that one end way too long in the twisting, and I end up with this jumbled mess here. But I decide to just leave it alone and go ahead and bake it. So this is what the one piece looks like baked, and then I go ahead and I take my glaze and I put a nice layer of glaze on it for my first layer. So I put them on the paper plate so I don't get glaze everywhere. And I couldn't figure out how to hang these so that the glaze wouldn't kind of glop up on spots on the bottom. But I glazed them a second time, even with that gloppy mess, and they really didn't turn out that bad. So this is how they look after being glazed twice. Obviously not my best work, and I even went back and rewatched the tutorial, and it's definitely something I'm going to have to play with to improve on. So it's not really my best work, but I think it's not bad for a first attempt. So if you guys enjoy this series and enjoy watching me try things for the first time, give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if there's anything that you want to see me try to make for the first time. And make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can see more of these as well as all of my other fun videos that I put up. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram and like me on Facebook so that you can keep up with all the fun things that I'm doing. and have a wonderful day. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.